And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverETuk UK. It's a late one, but you know what? We've got some more breaking news. Skywatch signal has been at it again, and this time it's come in from NASA. And you know, when NASA say anything on the telly, they pull up a press conference to do anything like this, it's because they've probably got something planned. And this, guys, is a big one. NASA found signs of life on Mars. NASA's just revealed that they found life on Mars. Let's check it out, guys.
And the scientific community that will, in essence, pressure test what we think we've found. So we're talking about Perseverance. This was a mission sent to Mars under President Trump's first presidency. And a year ago, we found a sample, and it was, again, we're exploring in places where there were rivers and where there were lakes. And much as on Earth, we think that that's where we'd see signs of ancient life on Mars. And so a year ago, we thought we found what we believe to be signs of microbial life on the Mars surface. And so we put it out to our scientific friends to pressure test it, to analyze it, and go, did we get this right? Do we think this is signs of ancient life on Mars? And after a year of review, they've come back and they said, listen, we can't find another explanation.
That is huge, guys. That's huge. And the reason why it's huge is not because they haven't discussed microbial life on Mars before and that they may have found it before. It's the fact that they're pushing it now, guys. It's the fact that this is coming out now. You know, looking at everything else, you've got to take it into account. They are planning something, guys. Without a shadow of a doubt, they know what's coming. They know what the Earth has. They know who's here. You know, let's be honest. Maybe these guys on stage, some of them do. Maybe most of them don't in NASA. But I can tell you now, someone deep who has all the clearances knows exactly what's going on. And this is crazy stuff. Okay, we're only talking about microbial life, right? We're only talking about tiny little things which make up life forms. But at the same time, we are not alone. You know, for anyone that's wondering, we aren't alone. And I think microbes are just the start of it. I think they're going to start off really small and we're going to end up just blowing up into this whole topic of things that are out there and the unexplained and all this stuff. So guys, keep your eyes peeled. And there's more, guys, there's more. If you haven't already, please check out our interview. Me and Jason Sands, we discussed the UAP hearing last night and he shared his story as well, which was compelling as F. Check it out, folks. Thank you so much, Jason, and I look forward to doing a little bit more with you, mate. I want to share some UFO clips and do some analysation with you, buddy, so thank you very much. Alright, so Skywatch Signal goes on to say that he reckons that this is the start of a new space race, okay? Because NASA has announced this, he thinks that other countries are now going to go into the space race, including China, and he feels like the race is going to be back on, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. He's written out a long post here giving his theories as to why this may happen. To be honest with you, it's quite possible. I won't read it all, but what I can tell you now. So at the end here, he puts, there is a space race underway with both China and the US wanting to put reactors on the moon. The race is to weaponize space and control Earth. Follow for more, and then he gives the sources as well. Okay guys, I'm going to end on this. I'm going to leave you with the last 10 minutes of the press conference that NASA released earlier today regarding these microorganisms that they think is the best evidence that they found for life outside of Earth. Check it out, guys.
Process, right? It is not just what else can we do with the rover, but what else can different scientists, around the world and, within our American science and laboratories and such, be able to do and analyze and find and explore and understand more what other potential causes there may be for this type of signal. So it's the rover, but it's also, the broader science community as well. Sorry,
thank you. In regard to, does this change the mission? I would say, no, listen, we are about manned exploration, human exploration. But as part of human exploration, you need science, right? And so what we do on Mars, these missions help us in what we're going to do in the future as we do go back to the moon. And eventually get to Mars. We study our own atmosphere to learn from what we have here on Earth in our atmosphere, what we can learn about other atmospheres potentially in our galaxy and beyond. And so, no, this is consistent with the President's vision and mission of continuing the science to support human exploration beyond Earth.
All right, thank you very much. Some interesting answers. Next up, we have Andrea Leinfelder with the Houston Chronicle.
Hi, you began this news conference talking about, past discoveries that might have suggested life on Mars, but ultimately were something else or could have been something else. Can you run us through some of those again? Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, of course, there is the ALH 84001, which was an understanding of a meteorite that we found that had some very interesting signatures. Going further back, there was the Viking data and trying to understand exactly how to interpret that data. But what I want to highlight, and this is something we've talked about a few times here, we think about these things and we try and frame these things in a way to communicate different ways of what each of these detections are, right? So the first thing that happens, right, is that you detect a signal that can result from biological activity. You want to make sure that it's not contamination. And then you try and understand that signal in the context of the area, the context of the environment where you found that signal. And so one of the things that we're doing here is, as Secretary Duffy said, we're trying to be very transparent, right? What we did is originally we announced that we had found a signal. This paper is showing that, we understand the context of the environment around it. And, we sort of, as we think about these things, we want to be clear what we are communicating here, and that the next stage is to communicate and to see what the rest of the science community, right? These discoveries may become more significant as more data comes in from other research. Other science may show that there's other ways to create a signal like this. But as we change these things over time, we're showing that we're more and more excited about this as we learn more and as we've understood more.
All right, we are looking at probably about 2 more questions, but we are certainly trying to get through as many as we can. For anyone we don't get to today, definitely we'll ask you to send us notes and we will follow up. But going on, our next person is going to be Eric Berger with Ars Technica.
Hi, thanks very much. A question for Secretary Duffy. We talked a little bit about Mars sample return, and obviously there's some interesting things to study on Mars. China is planning to launch the Tianwen-3 mission to return samples from Mars in 2028. Does it concern you that China is likely to be in a position to accomplish this before NASA?
So first, Eric, I love you guys are all asking me questions. We got some of the brightest people at NASA with us. I'll take them. I was hoping your questions were going to be more on this exciting news that we have today. But listen, we're running our plan, right? We're making the right calls for America and for our partners. And again, we lead, and we are going to continue to lead. But it's always important that we keep pushing. We have to push because we are in another space race. And what I don't want to do, and we work very well together. I want to make sure we're making the right decisions, right? And I have to look at dollars, and I have to look at time, and I have to look at return. And as we do that, we thought, well, there could be a better way to do this to get these samples back. And I again, just to continue with missions that I don't think can meet budgets and timing, I think would be foolish on my part, because across government, every government, not just the U.S. government, resources are precious. And we are going to use our resources to the best possible abilities to advance our missions the furthest. And I would just tell you, there's been a lot of conversation on science. Science isn't going away at NASA. We are leaning into the science because we need it to make sure that we're successful on our missions to the moon and to Mars. And we have Earth missions as well that have been mandated by Congress. That is part of our science. But again, if I've been given an ask for spending a little less money, I think we can do that. I know we can do that. But I've told the team at NASA, if we don't have the resources for the right missions or the right people, I will go to the president, I'll go to the Congress, I'll ask for more money. But I feel pretty confident that with the money that we've been given in the president's budget, we can accomplish our mission. It might be a little more focused, right? It's on human exploration, but we can accomplish that mission. And again, I have fully committed that I would ask for more if I needed it. And by the way, The president loves space. He asked me about it, which is a unique position to be in as the acting administrator, but also to be the secretary of the Department of Transportation, that I get to interface with the president quite a bit. I give him updates, how it's going, what we're doing, and he doesn't brush me off. He wants to know. He's excited about this.
So there you have it, guys. He just admitted it. Come out the horse's mouth. We are in a space race. And I'm just going to pre-warn you guys now. The last time we went into a space race, we went to war. And I don't know what they've got planned. I don't know why they're showing this now when they knew a long, long time ago that there's already life out there. Let's be honest. The guys in the suits behind all of this, that fund it all, that say, that make the decisions, they know there's life out there. So it really does scare me, actually. And I don't mean to put the jeebers in anyone, but it concerns me when they actually announce something like this, because it means that there's something going on, there's something moving. The cogs are in motion, guys. And I feel like it is disclosure, but what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, who knows, guys? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. As always, like and subscribe for more. UndercoverETuk@gmail.com. Send your evidence in to me. Thank you so much. Take care. All the best. And I'll see you on the next one.